Angie, what was that? What was the point of all that? Listen, I'm not a Lisa Barlow fan at all. I don't care for her. But you came for her in this episode, and she definitely bit back.
Welcome to the Asia Esterak Hour, where film meets conspiracy and pop culture gets a reality check. From sharp recaps to sci-fi theories and media deep dives, Asia Esterak serves it unfiltered. Let the binge begin.
Okay, welcome back to the Asia Esterak Hour. I'm Asia Esterak. All right, The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 6, Episode 5, No Love for the Soup Man or something. That's the title. Okay, so we open with Miss Whitney. Whitney goes on this diatribe about how she feels she's lost herself, talks about her business falling apart, and how she wants to get back to how she used to be, being wild and crazy. So she invites the ladies to this winery, and it's actually spring. I'm a big flower person. She's making this really pretty bouquet, and she invites the ladies to the winery at their house with a bouquet of flowers. She sends a delivery man. It was cute. I really liked it. So we get to the winery spot, which was really nice. I fell out when Mary arrived because Mary said, "Isn't this the place where that dude unalived himself and his wife in front of the dog?" And she was like, "This place has bad juju." Mary is me because I would be the type where I'd walk up and go, "Ain't this the spot where all that crazy stuff happened?" Like, hilarious. Right before Whitney invites everyone, she calls up her friend who's a psychic. He lives in New York, and she wants him to do a reading for the ladies. So she flies him out. I thought y'all don't have any money, but you flying psychics out. But okay. This is the other thing too. First of all, the psychic looked familiar. I'm pretty sure I've seen him on another reality show. Here's my thing with TV psychics. I'm into psychics. I believe all that shit. If you believe one thing, you got to believe it all, right? That's my philosophy. But anyway, it's hard for me to take TV psychics seriously that come on these types of shows, specifically Housewives, and try to do readings. I'm sorry, my foot is itching the shit out of me, and I gotta take it out this little booty. Anyway, my problem with that is all they gotta do is watch the show to learn all your business. Go on Google, go on the social media. The only psychic I've ever taken seriously on a reality show was the psychic in Morocco when they on Real Housewives in New York City when she basically told Ramona, "Your husband's cheating on you, boo." Only time. But anyway, so the guy agrees to come out. So anyway, so flashback to everybody getting to the winery. So they all get there. The psychic is inside. They're gonna eat outside. Um, so they're outside at this really pretty spread. Everyone's there. Brittany's crazy ass is there. So they start talking to Brittany, right? And she's talking about Jared. So Whitney goes, "Well, wait, you guys are seeing each other?" She's like, "Yeah." She goes, "But I thought we had talked about this. I thought you were gonna." So Bravo flashes back to when Whitney and Brittany were talking last week, and Whitney tells her, like, you got to respect your daughter's wishes. You know, they're talking to you again, specifically her daughter, Olivia. I don't know if she's the older or the younger one, but either way, it's her daughter. And she's like, your daughter wants your time. You should respect that. Why don't you at least give you and Jared 30 days, like a break? The daughter don't like her dating Jared. And just from the little bit that we've seen of Brittany, it's pretty obvious that Brittany picks men over her kids. That's what I get. And I don't respect that shit at all. And it's really pitiful to watch her on national TV chase after this man, and you're not even trying to cultivate a relationship with your daughters. That shit is crazy to me. But okay, girl, go off. So Whitney is looking at her like she got 5 heads, because she does have 5 heads. You sound crazy. So they come back into the scene, and Whitney's like, "So I thought what happened with the 30 days?" Brittany talking about, "Well, it's only been, we got back together 24 hours later." Like, so Whitney goes, "I'm just going to tell you this. He came to our house and actually spoke to my husband." So, of course, Bravo rolls that bean footage. So Jared's in there talking to Whitney's husband and says, this was interesting because we only hear her side. So it's interesting to hear his side, even though he's a dog too. But it is interesting to hear his perspective. He says, I feel like she's only with me. She only gets back with me when she wants something. If she wants a trip, a new outfit, a bag. He implies that she might be a bit of a gold digger. So it's funny. So back in the scene, Whitney has relayed this to Brittany, and she's like, I'm not a gold digger. And it's funny because Bronwyn's like, this lady has talked about me being a gold digger, and she's over here doing this, doing exactly what she's accusing me of. So of course Brittany denies that. And it was funny. Lisa Barlow, I got to give it to you because Lisa goes, if a man said that about me, he would be dumped so fast. Exactly. Brittany, you're stupid. And you set women back long time with this behavior. Like, girl, you're a mess. You grown as fuck. Like, grow the fuck up. Grow up. If I was her daughters, I would be livid and embarrassed watching her goofy ass. Like, it's ridiculous. So anyway, they kind of roast her on that. Then we get to Meredith. So Meredith says, I wanted to bring something up. And she said, Lisa, you and I made an agreement with each other that if there was an issue with each other, we would bring the issue to one another. And basically she's like, I've been hearing that you've been saying some stuff, and I heard that you made disparaging comments about my family, and implied to somebody about me saying some stuff about investing. I'm tongue tied like a mug. Sorry. So she's basically like, you've been talking shit. So Lisa's looking at Angie, and Angie's face is like, this is what I mean. Angie, I absolutely love you. I really do. I didn't like you your first season, and then I grew to really like you. I love your relationship, your friendship with Mary. But Angie, you doing what you did at the end of last episode, sitting down with Meredith, basically telling her that Lisa's still talking shit about her. I understand why you did it, because you felt some type of way because Lisa sent her assistant to pick up Jack's product from your salon. So you felt some type of way. Angie, you appear to be the type that has to get the last word. You appear to be the type where, oh, you came at me, so I'm gonna come at you again. Like, you're gonna keep going. Angie, you didn't need to do any of this. This whole episode was about you and Lisa arguing in the side stories with the psychic. It was just interesting to watch because you don't even stand in it well, and that's what's frustrating as an audience member to watch that. So of course Lisa's looking at Angie, and she's like, well, Satan knows what I say, something like that, referring to her as Satan. And the shit starts popping. So obviously Lisa is defending herself. She's like, I didn't say anything about you, Meredith. Did y'all catch this? So Lisa says, I was very careful, keyword, careful, not to say anything bad about Meredith last year. Why would you be careful not to say anything bad about Meredith? If that's your homegirl and everything is cool, why would you need to be careful about talking bad about her? It's because you wanted to talk bad about her. Now, Angie, you're messy for doing this. I understand why you did it. I just think it's silly. You literally are making this beef bigger than it needs to be. They're going back and forth. She's saying she's never said anything about Meredith. She's trying to throw it back in Angie. Well, you've talked about everybody in the group. And Angie's like, bitch, I ain't talked about nobody in this group. Like, and then Angie brings up the fact that, so Lisa Barlow likes to deflect. And she implied that Angie went to Greece on somebody else's credit card, and which is hilarious because Lisa, that's what you did. That's what you were doing. And Angie, you know how she plays. Why would you even allow her to get under your skin the way that she did? I'm just like, Angie, I get it, Angie. You didn't like that she did that shit at the salon. I get it. But like, girl, come on. So they're continuing to argue, and Lisa's like, she's like, she goes, you've said everything about somebody in this group, and now you're trying to mess up what me and Meredith have. And Angie's like, no. But Angie, you walked into this. I'm gonna keep saying that. You walked into this one. You could have let this go. So Angie clearly is prideful and doesn't like people talking about her like that. That's apparent. I get it, girl. Nobody wants to be talked about, especially negatively. And I can understand where she's like, because she brings it up again. She's like, you're over here talking about I can't pay for stuff. She's like, I have a whole black card. She brings out this product. That shit was hilarious. They dropped the black card. Heather's like, you guys better get it because if Brittany gets it, Jared will never see her again. Brittany's laughing. It was kind of chaotic and funny because Lisa's over there arguing her face off. Meredith's getting mad because she's like, you guys are going below the belt. That's the other thing, too. Lisa Barlow goes immediately to the gutter every time. And usually people that go to the gutter like that usually are trying to deflect from how bad their shit is. That's just the vibe that I get. And the reality is, Angie, why do you care about what Lisa Barlow has to say about anything? She's the one with 5 fucking lawsuits. She's the one allegedly getting sued by her lover who was paying for her whole shit. So why do you care if she sent the assistant to your salon to pick up Jack's stuff? Who gives a fuck? Wasn't nobody buying that shit? No way. Like, why do you care so much? It's weird that you put this much value into what Lisa Barlow says and thinks. Who the fuck is Lisa Barlow? I'm just saying, Lisa Barlow couldn't tell me shit. She has that Kim Zolciak thing where it's like, well, everyone's jealous of me. Ain't nobody jealous of you and your broke ass. It's like, what did Kim Zolciak say? Jealous is a disease, bitch. Get well soon. No one's jealous of your broke racist ass. Okay? No one's jealous of you, Lisa Barlow. And what's crazy is, so in between all this bickering, the ladies are going in one at a time and sitting with the psychic. So the psychic dude, he reads Brittany and basically tells her like, you're clearly beefing with your family. He points out the fact that it's her younger daughter, the girl Olivia, and he's like, there's a wall up. You need to cultivate that relationship. She's not going to do that. She got a 23-year-old and a 19-year-old, and neither one of them are fucking with you like that. Well, that's fine. Bronwyn goes in and he implies that she needs to check up more on her mom, implying that there's something going on with her mother's health. That was interesting. He talks to Heather about love. Really interesting because Heather hasn't dated anybody. She's very open about her love life and the lack of it. I hope Heather finds love, even though Heather, I didn't really like you last season. I wasn't feeling you that much so far this season, but these last 2 episodes, I'm starting to like you a little bit more and more again. You remind me of the Heather that we all fell in love with first season because I loved you first couple seasons of SLC. But last season, I was like, this new Ozempic Heather, it's like your personality lost weight too. I don't know. So anyway, again, in between the bickering, they get up from the table because this starts getting very heated, and then Lisa, of course, goes over to Angie, and Angie's like, "Why are you saying that I am using someone else's credit card?" She's like, "Well, that's what I heard. I heard that you used someone else's credit card to go to Greece, and you had to pay him back." And it's crazy because that's what you had. That's what you did, Angie. Why are you arguing with her? Unless it's true, why? Who cares? Like, let her say whatever she wants. She's not your friend. She has displayed so many times that she is not your fucking friend. And let's keep it real. You're not her friend either. Because a friend wouldn't have sat down with Meredith and brought up some old ass shit that was irrelevant from last year. Her and Meredith are in a good place. So for you to even bring that up to Meredith was kind of crazy. Look at me taking up for Lisa Barlow's ass. But okay. So anyway, Lisa goes in to sit with the psychic. And he basically says that she's disconnected from her husband. He says a Scorpio. Her husband is a Scorpio. They Bravo rolls back some footage and they show that it just seems like her husband has more of a relationship with her kids. Have you guys also noticed that they don't show her younger son at all anymore? I haven't seen her younger son in a few seasons. Just wanted to. It was interesting because she was crying. I mean, there's clearly trouble in paradise. So while Lisa's in there with the psychic, they're outside still talking to Angie, this whole situation, and Angie and Mary start getting into it. Mary calls Angie out and she's like, you keep bringing all this stuff up and then you tell Meredith what she said, but when you were friends with her. So when you were cool with her, you were going along with this. But now that it's coming at you, it's a problem. Mary called her out. Angie, I love you, but you were in the wrong on this one. Completely, in my opinion. I understand doing tit for tat, but what was the point? What was the reason? You know? So they're continuing to go back and forth. And Mary's like, you don't listen to anybody. That's the problem. You love to talk, and not listen. So this isn't good. And of course, Lisa comes out and is like, what did I miss? You know, she come into the fact that, girl, they talking about you. Angie gets up to go into the psychic. And then the bullshit still continues, but without her now this time. So Angie's in there with the psychic. He's talking about some stuff with her. He predicts that something would happen with one of the animals that her daughter works with. Anyway, fast forward, she comes out before she had come to, well, right when she had arrived at the winery at the top of the episode, she had brought like this big storage bin thing that she slid under the table. So now at this point she brings it out. It turns out to be everything that Lisa's ever given her and her daughter. So she gives this back to Lisa at the table because this is, I guess, retaliation for when Lisa sent her assistant to go pick up Jack's stuff. Very corny. And all it did was just make the shit worse. So they start going back and forth over that. Whitney goes in and talks to the psychic, and of course he's rehashing everything with her husband, the business, that whole nine. They're outside continuing to argue. Mary's tired of it. Mary is voicing her opinion again, and she's calling out Angie about this bullshit. She gets up and leaves. She actually walks in through Whitney's psychic session, and she's just like, bye. Lisa Barlow leaves at one point. Angie's out there looking crazy. Angie, I just don't think to me, this whole situation was quite unnecessary. But it's obvious that you're hurt by the friendship with Lisa. But my thing is, neither one of you guys are really good friends to each other. You're over there airing each other's tea out because you're mad. Like, I don't know. This is going to be interesting. Whitney, of course, is crying with the psychic. She comes out and they see that she's crying. Angie's crying. It's just, it's a lot of hurt in this group of women. And it seems like there's a lot of hurt between Lisa Barlow and Angie K specifically. They might need to have a conversation. Next week is going to be great though, because Heather gives Lisa Barlow the business about motherfucking time. Anyway, it is, what's today? Wednesday? Wednesday, loves. Happy Wednesday. Be nice to each other. Stay hydrated. Stay warm, y'all. It's starting to get cold here in Maryland. And I'm going to go return these videotapes.